Hello, today we are going to discuss in detail about OET speaking, specifically personal relationship building skills, and in detail there, as there are 4 points in personal relationship building skills that you must be aware of. First is your job to start the card, and it should be appropriate. Second thing is that you must be attentive throughout the scenario. The third is the non-judgmental approach, and fourth is the empathy. So in this video, we will be discussing in detail like how would you approach toward the first thing to start the card. It's your job, being a healthcare practitioner, that you should start the conversation. However, when you are starting the conversation, you must understand the scenario. At time, in the history part of the card, you will see that it has been written the patient seems to be anxious. So you have to show that thing in the start of the card, right? Secondly, at time we can see the Q has been mentioned in the history part of the card. Let's say the patient has red eyes, so it should be shown in the start of the card as to have an appropriate start. At time the patient is here with some state of emergency, it has to be shown in the start of the card. So this is the start of the card that you have to design. So in personal relationship building skills, if you have not started the conversation appropriately, you will be penalized for the false start. And at time you have to use the icebreakers. As the PR skills need you to start the conversation with a proper icebreaker. However, if your scenarios won't allow you to use the icebreaker, you should not use them, icebreaker in that scenario. By using the icebreaker where it's not appropriate, again, you will be penalized with a false start. So I'm gonna give you an example for that you can understand. Let's say if there is a scenario when the patient is here with a simple headache and it's the first encounter, so it might not be a life-threatening condition. So we can start in this way. After your introduction, we can start with open-ended question. First example is, how can I help you? Second is, what bring you here? Or third is, I just have seen your file. I understand that you are having headache for last 1 week. Please can you tell me in your own words? So these are few examples to start the conversation if the patient is here for first time in a normal situation or a condition. Then we can move on toward the second scenario. In the second scenario, if we have a Q means that the patient has red eye and you are handling the patient who is having conjunctivitis. So how would you start the conversation? After greeting, at place of open-ended question, you can use this statement, I can see that you have red eyes, is everything all right? Rather than how can I help you or what bring you over here? So it would be an appropriate start to use or pick up the patient Q in this scenario. If the patient is in a state of emergency and he's just here, he's landed with the emergency and there are some sign marks on his face and his clothes are torn, so you can start directly with the start. Hello, Mr. Michael, what happened to you? I can see that you have some sort of bruises on your face or you have a torn cloth. So this is an appropriate start. Regarding the name, it's not necessary to start with the name. You can directly start the conversation. Hello, what happened to you? I can see that you have a lot of bruises on your face and your clothes are torn. Is everything all right? After that presenting complaint, then you can ask, do you mind if I can ask your name as well? Regarding the name thing, one more important thing that I would like to add over here is to discuss the name point while you are preparing the card, or even you can use the name of the interlocutor in your conversation, right? So these are a few of the tips that can be helpful for you to start the conversation in an appropriate manner. Thank you.